Okay, so yesterday we did 10-3 notes. And so we were talking about the strategies for saving and investing and building a portfolio that you want to have diversified. Talked about systematic saving and investing strategies, and then maximizing your return depending on how you feel. And then today we're going to do the math from your book, page 340, numbers 1 through 3. And then your homework tonight is your vocab worksheet that is actually on the Google form. But I put the worksheet here still just in case you prefer to do it that way. I think some people still prefer the paper version and then just kind of match their answers up on the Google form. Okay, so this is what we are going to be working on, these 3 problems today. So number 1 here. John bought stock for $350. A year later, he sold it for $385. What is his gain in dollars, and what is his return on investment round to the nearest whole percent? So his gain in dollars, I don't know if that makes it better or worse. So he sold it for $385, but he had previously bought it for $350. So John gained $35. So $385 minus $350 is $35. And then his return on investment. So return on investment is what we're going to call the ROI. I will not write return on investment again. It will just be ROI. Is the amount he made, his profit, so his gain, which was $35, divided by the amount invested. How much did John spend out of his pocket? So he made $35, but he spent $350. So 35 divided by 350. Let that focus. Is 0.1, which is the same as 10%. Remember, you move your decimal 2 places to turn that into a percentage. So John made a 10% profit or return on his investment. Number 2, Samantha sold her collection of model cars for $600. She had purchased them for $520 a year earlier. What is her gain in dollars, and what is her return on investment round to the nearest whole percent? So her gain, how much money did she make? So $600, she sold it after she bought them for $520. So $600 minus $520, Samantha made $80. So her ROI then, her return on investment, how much money did she make? $80 divided by how much money she spent? $520. $80 divided by $520. The directions say round to the nearest whole percent, so we really only want 2 decimal places here. So this is about 0.15. After the 5 is a 3, so we're not going to round. Or 15% return on investment. So return on investment is helpful because it tells you which investment was better. Like here, if you're not spending the same amount of money, it's hard to compare. Because John made $35, but he spent $350, where, yeah, Samantha made more money, but she also spent more money. So whose investment was better? But in this case, it was Samantha's because she had about a 15% return. All right, and then number 3, this one has a little bit more to it. Pedro bought 25 shares of a stock for $150 a share. He received dividends of $3 per share each year for 5 years. After 5 years, Pedro sold the stock for $155 a share. What is his gain in dollars and what is his return on investment? So the first thing we need to find is the purchase price. How much money did Pedro spend? So he bought 25 shares at $150 each. So 25 times $150. So Pedro spent $3,750. So he also made money 2 ways. He made money by selling the stock and by the dividends. It does not matter which one of those we do, first, that we calculate first. Okay, so I'll just go follow along in the book. Dividends of $3 per share each year for 5 years. So we got $3 per share. Well, he had 25 shares each year for 5 years. So this is 25 shares and 5 years. You don't have to label those numbers unless it's going to help you, because if you have something like this on a test, you may want to know where those numbers came from. All right, 3 times 25 times 5 is $375. So he made $375 over the 5 years in dividends. Sorry, just double checking attendance as we go. And then he also made a profit from selling the stocks. So the sale price he sold them for $155 a share, and there were 25 shares. So 25 times 155 is $3,875. So that's not how much profit he made, though. That's just how much money he got when he sold them. So the increase in value, or I'm going to call it the profit in selling. I think your book refers to it as an increase in value. Same idea. How much money did he make when he sold them? So 3,875 minus 3,750 is $125. So his gain then, how much money did he gain in total, or total profit? He made money from his dividends of $375, and Pedro also made money from selling the stocks of $125. So altogether, Pedro made $500. So this was over 5 years. So on average, that's $100 per year. But remember, with stocks, it could have gone up or down during that time. We don't know. We only know what happened at the end. And then his return on investment, then his profit $500 divided by how much money he spent. $3,750. About 0.13 or 13. Any questions on that? Okay. All right, so that is all we have for today. Your homework is the vocab worksheet.